Welcome to Nini's Nest. It's Monday and it's story time. And I'm going to read you a book that might be called a bedtime story, but you are able to read this story any time of the day. If you hear it this afternoon, it's great. And then you can read it again before you go to bed. Just come back to this channel and look at it anytime you want to. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, Nini's Nest, and hit the bell saying that you like this book and you want to hear more. So let's get started. The title of this book is Goodnight, Goodnight Construction Site by Sherry Dusky Rinker and Tom Lightenheld. You can see the stars in the darker night sky, and you see this moon that is asleep. So you know it's a good night book. But look who's still awake. This is a scene of the whole construction site in the dark. I think I see a cement mixer right there like my dad used when he was a brick mason. Let's begin on the left side here. Down in the big construction site, the tough trucks work with all their might to build a building, make a road, to get the job done, load by load. You see some of the things they're loading, pipes, and I don't know what they're moving here, but we'll find out in the story a bit. Dirt. Who knows what that is? Call it out if you know it. I'm sure we're going to learn about it soon. The sun has set. The work is done. It's time for trucks to end their fun. So one by one, they'll go to bed, to yawn and rest their sleepy heads, then wake up to another day of rough and tough construction play. I bet some of you out there know all the names. Working hard to help his team, Crane Truck raises one last beam. So this is the crane truck. Goes way up high with the steel beams that need to be moved over here. Reaching, stretching, lifting high, he swings the beam into the sky. He'll set it down right on its mark, then off to bed. It's almost dark. See the sunset? He slowly folds his boom back in, and then with one last sleepy grin, he tucks himself in nice and tight. Sigh, then cuddles up and says, "Good night." Shh, good night, crane truck. Good night. He's got his teddy bear. Spinning, churning all day long, cement mixer sings his whirly song. Now yawn. He's weary and so dizzy from the fun that keeps him busy. With one last spin, he pours the load. He's ready now to leave the road. His eyes look sleepy. He takes a bath, gets shiny bright, pulls up his chute, turns off his light. He cuts his engine, slows his drum, and dreams sweet dreams of twirly fun. Shh, good night, cement mixer. Good night. Dump truck loves to work and haul. He carries loads both big and small. Big, small. Those are opposites. We've talked about that. He moves the dirt from place to place, then dumps it with a happy face. One final load spills on the heap. Crunch. Now dump truck's tired and wants to sleep. He lowers his bed, locks his gate, rests his wheels. It's getting late. He dims his lights, then shuts his doors, and soon his engine slows to snores. Shh, good night, dump truck. Good night. Hey, pipe down. Someone lives close to the construction site, and they have been awakened. Pushing with his mighty blade, bulldozer works to smooth the grade. He clears the way to level ground and fills the air with thunderous sound. Roar! No one's as tough and strong as he, but now he's sleepy as can be. He puffs some smoke out of his stack, turns off his engine, stops his track. He curls into his soft dirt bed and dreams of busy days ahead. Shh, good night, bulldozer. Good night. Scooping gravel, dirt, and sand, excavator shapes the land. He digs and lifts throughout the day. Arrgh! But now it's time to end his play. A few more holes to dig, and soon he'll roll to bed beneath the moon. That looks like a lot of work. He twirls upon his bumpy track, pulls up his boom, stretches his back. He sets his scoop down on the ground and snuggles up without a sound. He's yawning. Shh. Good night, excavator. Good night. These big trucks, so tough and loud, they work so hard, so rough and proud. Tomorrow's another day, another chance to work and play. Turn off your engines, stop your tracks, relax your wheels, your stacks and backs. No more huffing and puffing, team. It's time to rest your heads and dream. Construction site all tucked in tight. The day is done. Turn off the light. Great work today. Now, shh, good night. The sun's going to come up in the morning on Tuesday at the construction site. Don't you forget to come back tonight before bedtime and maybe read this again. Visit Nini's Nest anytime you want to hear a great story. Have a great Monday.